Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 here today on the channel. We have episode 2 of my Rhodes campaign. Here today, we're still dealing with the conflict in Athens, and hopefully if we can beat the remaining stragglers here, we're going to be able to take the city for Rhodes. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. Alright, so to get this battle episode underway, let's crack open a frothy. Oh, there we go. Oh. Why is this taking so hard to get off? There we go. Oh. Delicious. Alright, let's get stuck in. Alright, so we have taken Crete and hopefully Athens soon. In the last episode, if you haven't gone and watched it, we ended the episode with the battle against the main army in Athens. And we're starting this episode exactly where we left off. So let's move on up. We've taken out Crete. And we've also got Egyptian support backing us as well. Alright, let's make a strong long front line. Skirmish is in the second. And we'll kick things off, I think. Alright, so they are heavily relying on their reinforcements. So you actually know what, I think we might just advance. I was going to say, let's put some in reserve, but I think we might just have to full on send this actually. Because if we can conquer and destroy this army, actually quickly get these guys out of formation, because it's going to take them ages to move up. Yeah, if we just need to not worry about the reinforcements. They're coming to the right of anyway. But we'll quickly try and destroy these 6 units, and we'll swing it around and deal with the reinforcements. And then we've got a decision to make. Do we make Athens our capital? Which I'm kind of tempted to do. As much as I like Rhodes as being the cultural hub, I actually don't know if it's like a that strong as like regional administration. I think putting it in Athens, bang smack, will be perfect. Okay, so we'll just try and hit these slingers here. We're going right through the middle of them with our cavalry. Yeah, let's just try and crush as many of them as we can. We are not favoured to win this one again. It's been like 3 battles that I'm not even going to lie have been rather quite sketchy in this series. But if we are successful in taking Athens, essentially Hellas is our oyster. We can basically pivot and move and go wherever we want. We can push into Larissa, we could deal with the Macedonians, we could actually fight the Spartans as well. I don't know if that's entirely realistic though, because their army's so strong. Okay, so some of the army's trying to rendezvous with the reinforcements, but we are picking them off here. We might actually have to get my cavalry to engage some of the hoplites just to stop them moving, because they're not going to catch them. Okay. Yeah, because my infantry's taking quite a long time to get there, so swing up here. We might even have to pivot at turn at some point. Alright, we caught those hoplites good. There is a general unit here. As there's multiple enemy armies, going after the generals is probably not a bad idea. Because even if there's like 2 generals and you take out one, they still get a reasonable amount of diplomatic penalty still across the entire forces. Like, it's always strong to have as many generals as you can, but picking them off is still worth it. Okay, so unfortunately some of the reinforcing some of the armies did manage to rally up there and escape, but if we can get 4 out of 6 or whatever, we'll take that. Okay, what's going to basically capitulate them is just surrounding them. So we better get rid of that infantry. They're sending up some cavalry to respond, but we've got plenty of hoplites there that should be okay in combat. They've actually flared out as well, cowards. Alright, swing around here. Go after this general. Make a front line somewhat to protect our units that are currently fighting and engaging. But I'm not gonna lie, man. This war against the Athenians has been hard on the Rhodian people. We spent a lot of coin, a lot of food and logistics, and manpower in doing so, but it's going to be worth it. If potentially making Athens our new capital. It's also easier to defend, and it's the largest city out of all of mine. The problem is, though, as well, it's easier to defend the trade nodes, because there's more trade nodes around Rhodes than there is Athens. It does cost quite a bit. I think it's like... it's either 5 or 10k. I can't remember exactly how much it costs to move a capital. Okay, so we currently have a lot of units surrounding their general here. Oh my god, they're actually winning there. But although we won the battle against the Athenians in the last episode, we are technically under a new regime in Rhodes. Cosmas, I was hoping it's going to be Cosmas the Conqueror. Cosmo the Conqueror. Obviously, build up and rebuild Rhodes to some extent. Getting our military and navy back on track. The general's going now. He managed to conquer Crete and Knossos and launched the invasion with the dream of taking Athens, but he was taken out. Is this guy floating in the air? What's this guy doing? Just chilling. Chilling like a villain. And now we've got a fracture in our faction to some extent. Because Cosmas, I don't know what's done this. But yeah, Cosmas was the family leader and the faction leader. So those two are one in the same. Essentially the dictator of Rhodes. And now we've got Eugene, which is the... Or Eugene basically. Who is our faction leader, but the family leader is Acmus or something. So hopefully I could adopt him in. But the naval commander who fought in the Battle of Crete and is being currently... Well, he's currently sieging out the port in Athens. While his liege lord is fighting the Athenians on the mainland. But so far I'm thoroughly enjoying this Rhodes campaign, and I hope you guys are as well. There's a lot of ways you can sort of go with it as well. Like, you can actually risk going to war in Asia Minor and fighting the Seleucids and their puppet kingdoms. Like, that's actually a legitimate strategy. There was a couple of ways we could have gone in this campaign. I thought going to Knossos was definitely the play. And although this fight in Athens is risky, it very much might be one of those situations where, look, it's high risk and high reward. Because we've lost a faction leader, we've lost heaps of men, and we're spending a lot of coin, but if we can get Athens under our control, it's going to be awesome. It's such a crucial and strong city. Like, seriously, whoever controls Athens controls Hellas. But the only problem is now, have we overextended? The Spartans are not going to look fondly on a weak neighbour. And Larissa might not be... want to be trifled with. We've also got Epirus and potentially Macedonians to the north, if they come down and say g'day. We've also got Rome as well. They haven't taken Taurus and got the boot of Brundisium under their control, but they have taken Apollonia. But we've won here. Perfect. So let's just try and run down as many of them as we can. And then we'll be able to march on in to Athens, hopefully. There shouldn't be too many defenders to deal with. Oh my god, what a battle! 2,500. We lost nearly 1,000. 887. While the Athenians deployed 4,000. Far out. You definitely need a full stack, and you definitely need a lot of coin just to replenish those forces. Far out. One of those Rhodian hoplites got 441. Oh my god. But yeah, we were massively outnumbered there. We had the quality, while they had the numbers, which can sometimes work if they can use them efficiently and effectively. Slingers and missiles didn't have overly too crazy of a battle. Cavalry did alright here and there. The Greek mercs, they look cool. I really like that bronze golden portrait. And then our Rhodian hoplites have this cool looking green shield. Maybe it should be blue. I don't know. It doesn't look too bad though. The unit cards are amazing in DEI. I can't be the only one that really likes playing DEI because of the unit cards. There are mods as well that you can get it. You can actually get the unit cards in vanilla if you prefer vanilla, but that just has way too many bugs, I think. And the AI's way sillier and way more cooked. Anyway, close victory. Okay. So, what do we do with the 240? I guess it doesn't matter. I guess we just ransom them. So we only lost 1 unit of Rhodian hoplites and 1 cavalry, but we're heavily depleted. We haven't grown too many chevrons either, as we've just been needing fresh, full units. But the thing is, unless you have being like a constant stream to your home territory, or you're conquering factions with a similar access to the manpower and the citizenry, I feel like in DEI I don't actually have highly chevroned armies that much, because the mercenaries are so good, man. I just like to keep on conquering and going, and just keep on going. Alright, so we'll quickly merge again here, and then we'll look to go on in. Yeah, auto resolve this one, 95% in our favour. We've already fought 2 battles against the Athenians. And now we have to finish them off. But you got to give it to Athens, the brave sons and boys of Athens. They did really quite well. They made us work for it big time. So now Crete is currently in the region of Hellas. We're going to have to get our food back on track. We do have the port of Athens there as well, so we can't change it to a fishmonger. But we are going to be able to upgrade it slightly. Alright, so we've got that spare navy as well. We'll send them to Iberia and then up to Francia and Britannia to get trade as well. But at the moment now, we're just going to sort of lick our wounds and replenish and repair. And then we'll look to either go back into Asia Minor, or we'll push into Larissa, or potentially Sparta. But, yeah. Hell yeah. Athens is under Rhodes' control. Very awesome. Okay, welcome to the top of the turn. It is 274 BC in spring. We're currently making a huge amount of money from trade. We've gone from a couple hundred coins per turn now to 2,600. Got 1,000 in the bank. We're moving the navy back to Crete. We've also got another army in Rhodes being recruited, and we're still replenishing and repairing from what we lost in Athens. Construction-wise as well, we're currently getting some better quality industry. The garrison and walls around Crete is growing up. We've got no buildings being constructed in Rhodes as we're focusing on the other factions. We've also sort of invested in Rhodes into prior turns of this campaign. Also, we can change the capital. It is going to cost us 5,000 gold, which is quite a bit, but I will be changing it to Athens. Unfortunately, we've had a rebellion here down in Crete. It's actually grown quite substantially. But thankfully, the garrison and now the navy that's being recruited is going to be able to auto-resolve this one and give us the victory. But technically, Athens and Crete are in the same region of Hellas, so that's why the rebellion popped up in sacking and looting and sacking Athens. Same as we did with Rhodes, rebellions are going to go up just due to the difficulty, which is kind of annoying, but that's alright. So be it. I don't actually mind it. Like, you loot the city, you get 10,000 gold, which is a huge investment, but you do have to fight an army as a consequence, potentially in your territory. Okay, so it does look like Carthage firmly has some of the Iberian islands. I actually sent my army down to Crete, even though the garrison fought it back. We might need reinforcements there. Move your capital. You've chosen to use your capital. Yes, so we want to move the capital now. There we go. Just because Athens is a larger and more defendable position, and it's also not the region capital, like, either within the a province essentially, but Athens is, and it's more of a defendable position as well. But yeah, it's just like an administration capital. Oh, they attacked in the end again, the rebels, so we didn't even need that army during the intern phase. Good. That could have complicated things. If they keep on running back, that's going to be annoying. Nah. They got nowhere to run now. Oh, that's a shame. We moved them down there for nothing, basically. But to be honest, that grew quite large. That we might have had to fight that manually, I thought. What's this? The Oracle of Delphi. Also with the Greeks as well, they get a bunch of festivals. The Eleusinian Mysteries, the Phasmathoria. There's a fair few Greek festivals, particularly the fertility festivals, give you a lot of fantastic growth bonuses and public order. I want a supply pit there in Athens, because once we get our farming capacity up, because at the moment we're minus 6,000, because we've got such large cities and we don't have the food. We are currently suffering from starvation to some extent. I was looking whether or not here to actually go against the Spartans, but they have like grown up massively. We were so far away from them, we couldn't rush them. You are better off rushing the Spartans if you're playing as either... Well, it's vice versa. If you're either playing as Sparta, you're better off rushing Athens. If you're playing as Athens, you're better off rushing Sparta, because the people just like, they just like turtle up so much. So I think we're better off... Oh, hang on. Yeah, we're better off just making friends with the
Greetings. Now speak plainly.
Spartans, as we're trying to get trade with the Dalmatians here.
You bless our meeting with these.
The dogs. Okay, and we're going to move towards Gibraltar here. Sometimes the Iberian kingdoms can take territory, so just going to keep an eye out. But we'll send you to keep on getting us trade nodes. Alrighty. Well, thankfully for all that trade, it's actually starting to grow quite insane. 276. Acamus has had a bastard child. We can't adopt him or bring him in just yet. If we can consolidate the family tree, that'll be brilliant. You can seek a spouse. I think we adopted her technically, because we do want to try and grow the noble family tree. Because what you want to try and do is basically get to a point where all armies are occupied by your family, and then your gravitas and influence can just like explode. Also, I'd recommend not giving military and naval positions to the direct leaders of other political factions. You're better off, like, look, if you can't get a general from your own family, get another minor general from a different party, because at the end of the day, you can actually potentially adopt them into your own anyway. You can't do that for the major leaders. So that's also a trick as well. Alright, I think we need to make a play for Larissa. Unfortunately, the Romans have launched a full-scale invasion into Apollonia, and they've got a full legion there. So, I don't know how long we're going to be able to hold off a war, because it looks like the Romans have set their sights for Greece early on, which is going to complicate things. So, we've actually made some alliances and trade agreement there with the Spartans, because they've got, what, 3 full stacks there? We've only got 1 and a bit, so there's no way that we'd win a war against that. So let me know in the comments for episode 3, coming out tomorrow, where you'd like me to expand and conquer. I think we'll go after Larissa, unless the Romans somehow march in there, or potentially the Macedonians. We're going to make a play to secure the fertile middle land of Larissa. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed episode 2. Stay tuned for episode 3 coming out soon. And thank you guys for all the support. Stay tuned for more Rome 2 and DEI on the channel. Without further ado, I'm going to play the outro now.